Hi, good evening. Um, how are you? Hope you're doing well. Please, could you inform the other people, whoever is interested, so that we move along. Is that sugar? All right, guys. So we left out with something yesterday. I don't know if sugar is here. Ask him to do something. I've not actually seen the update yet. Maybe we could work on it together. So we ended here. Right, we were able to design this, and we we worked on the delete, so that when I click on delete, I guess post successfully deleted, and you see the number changes. Right, so you see we are able to delete post, and we're supposed to work on edit. Currently, when you click on edit, you have a display of all the posts, right? Display of all the posts, and what we are left with is to make sure that when we click on submit, we are able to delete the post, right? And that's basically what we are supposed to work on before uh, we continue. So basically a walkthrough of what was there. I think that's within the block. We have implemented the create, we've implemented the get posts, we've implemented the delete post, we've implemented the get single post, and the create slot, which we said we explained, we talked about the slot some time ago. And then there is another thing. Now in the edit user is almost the same as create user, but we have a value set, right? So we have a value set for each. And basically, if you notice this form, it displays the value inside, and that is what we want to edit, right? So if you notice also on this admin edit, you have a hyphen, and it's expected to display the slug, right? So it's not displaying that, probably because we have not actually added the slug in the select statement to get all posts. Because to get all posts, we get the title, the ID, the content, the user ID. We are forgetting the slug, right? And basically, if we have the slug, um, let's say this, refresh this and edit post. So user ID and the slug. So let's see that. So we have blog at slug. We have blog at title. So let me just try to also print the whole block thing here. So we get PHP var the block, right? We'll just see what that prints if this lock is added. Let's select. So we have just the title, the ID, the title, the content, the slug, right? So we have a slug here, and block at slug. So it's not printing that out right now. Okay, probably because we are trying to edit a block that does not have a slot, I think. Yeah, so if you notice, this is a slot printed out here. Okay, so let me get rid of this statement, right? So what we want to work on is that maybe if we edit something here, we edit, say, the title or the content and click on submit, we should have something. Now, um, let's just work on that. So basically, we already have our title, we already have our content, our image, um, our name, and we have the submit button. So I'm going to handle this at the moment, right? So let me come back to the user action and check the other statement. Else if is set, and that is a post at edit block submit. Let's just var dump the content right now. All right, um, the whole post array. Now let's make sure we're on track here. Refresh. When I click on submit, I have the whole thing printed out. Okay, so now let's work on this so that if I edit, say, the content, uh, it is a nice thing to follow up in a live class, and let's say what is nice in live class. Okay, sugar, let me come to that. So we have this, and okay, since sugar has already implemented that, I'll try to pull and then see what he has done, right? Let's go to GitHub, github.com, and sugar, did you create a pull request? Let's hope you did. So, mm, oh, I have 6 pull requests. No, okay, 6 forks rather. Sugar, I cannot see any pull requests so far. How do I know what you've done? Is it possible to create a pull request now? Oh my God. When did you stop hearing me, guys? Sorry. Like, just indicate when you stopped hearing me. So let me see if I can go back and we see how we can push. I'm sorry about that. My mic went muted. I cannot explain why. Please, can you hear me now? Please. What happened? Just notify if you can hear me, please. This is bad. All right. Sorry about that. But how come you did not inform me? And again, I said I was going to send you guys the Zoom meeting link, and I forgot. Somebody did not remind me at the beginning of the meeting. Let me try to take this over again. So we had this edit user, and basically we already had this form designed, right? We had this form design, and um, what we wanted to do was to edit it. So we had also this method to update a post, right? Initially, this is what we had at the beginning, and it was giving some headache. I don't want to go into what the problem was. So let's just change it so that the method takes in the various parameters. So what we have is, okay, in the update, we get the update parameters from the form, right? So extract all of them. Sugar, you are supposed to take note of this to correct what you did in your pull request that you sent. So we have this extracted, and then we call the method. The method simply does what? It simply, first thing is that it creates a new slug in case we edited the title. If the title was not edited, it's going to be the same. So we update the post and set the title to the new title, the new content, the video URL, and the new slug. Where are we editing this? We have this field, this hidden field within the form. And you notice type hidden, and the value is the ID. Okay, so we are editing the blog post where the ID is equal to the ID from the form. Um, that is it. Sorry that you guys were not really hearing me. That was bad. Okay, so this is the edit, and I was trying to say that at the moment we don't have this author because in our block, right, in our block table, if you notice the author is still null. So we have to see how to get a method that will have um, the author, right? So how do we do that? When we want to create a block, we also want to get the logged in user. So I'll create a function called get logged in user so that we can use that one, that ID in particular. So how do we get it? Mm, so I'll just public function get logged in user ID. Feels like we already have that. Okay, this is get logged in user ID. So it already exists. Um, and I'm not going to define that again. Okay, so this method already exists at the bottom. Let me just push it to the top. Get logged in user ID, and this is basically going to get the ID of the user that is logged in. So let's see, duplicate method. Yeah, I just copied and pasted. Okay, now the method is there, but we also need to make sure that we set the logged in user ID during the login. So we have this method called login, right? We want to set, let's see, user. We have a session at the top, no session here, so session starts, and we have now to access the session at, I'll call the key logged in user, right? Just the key, and I've set it to that current user ID. So user index of the ID. Now this section is going to exist so that we can get it anywhere within our form, right? Now, or so that we can get it throughout our application. I'm going to not use this method at the moment. Let it just be there, but I'm not going to use it. If we go to the block, right, what we need to do is when we want to create a post, where's create post? We have create post. We could now get the ID, like the ID or the user ID is equal to, we also need to start the session here. You can start the session at the top, session starts, so that I can access the session here. So within the create, I put session. Uh, I'll use this. Is set session at the index of logged in user. I'm going to copy this and paste. PHP, paste this in. I will now can this work? No. Okay, so this should work. Okay. Now this is a short way to set if else statement. So I have, how they call it, generic, forgotten the name again. So I have if the session, if there is a session called logged in user, then I should set the user ID to that session. If not, I should set it to null. And basically, now what I want to do is within here, I also want to get now the user ID and set it to user ID. All right, and this should do the work for me. Hope we don't get into a crash again. Oh, some people are talking about the Zoom link. Let me see. Um, okay, so if you can join the Zoom link, no problem. I've sent it to on YouTube, right? I sent it on YouTube. Hopefully you guys are able to see that. So now in this case, what we want to do is we want to make sure we are logged out. Like if we are not logged out, we'll not be able to access that. So I'll try to log in again, p@gmail.com, password, and we have this, right? And let me try to add post this moment and see. Uh, testing this with given logged in user. I'm going to put the same for the body, and let's just get a random link, create this, and we have post successfully added. Let me go to the post and see. So you see now that we have our user ID, right? And that is what we wanted. Yeah, that is what we wanted. So if you are able to join Zoom, it's okay to join it. What's up that you guys cannot really see the Zoom link? Like, let me see if Slack is open here. I might want to open Slack right now on my system because there are so many things open on my system right now. But I'll try to send the link on Zoom right now. Sorry, on Slack. So just give me a few minutes. Let me see that. Okay, so for those on Slack, I have just sent the link. Okay, so if you can join, you join. All right. So we have this now, and we are able to get the logged in user each time we create a block, and that's necessary because we want to use it. Okay. So where were we? We are able to edit uh, back here. We're able to edit. We're able to delete, and this is delete. We're able to delete, and what else? All right. This is it for this management of posts. Now let's see how we can implement this on this front end, because basically we've been working on a back end. This is like an admin panel. When I go to Bawash or Bawash, whatever, this is what I want to work on. This, when I click on block, I should be able to get a listing of all the blocks here. Okay. Now, if you notice, these are some block contents that are static. So if I click on it, it doesn't have any content. What I want to do is I should be able to display these block contents that are coming from the database. At the moment, we don't have an image. We'll check about the image later. All right. So what we want to do is, okay, back to our index or block.php, the home block. This is just some random contents. We want to make this content to actually backend block.php, and we have connection. What we want to do is we can now create two new objects. Block post is equal to new block, right? So we have an object here, and just to let you know, just to show you what I mean, I'll try here PHP var I'll call the blog post object dot get posts, right, to get all posts for me. And I'll try to close this, and we'll see what we have on this front end now. If I refresh this, you have a listing of all the blog posts, right? You see that I have just this class I've created, and in my front end, I'm able to reference that class and get everything about that class. But this is not what we want to get. We want to assign this to a variable like posts is equal to blog post dot get post, right? So we have this post now, and what we want to do as well is I'll copy all of this at the moment, or just copy one of it. Let me see. Let us this close. All right, so I'll just copy this and paste here at the top, then try to close the div. It's similar, like almost the same thing, just that yeah, this one is at the top. So I want this one to be displaying the dynamic content, right? So what I want to do is, since this is an array, right, we can use it for each loop. And that for each loop, which is PHP, and we can use now for each, we have the post, right, as post. Are you guys able to join? Let me see. Uh, who has been able to join the who has been able to join the Zoom, because I sent it on Slack. All right, I have somebody. Sugar, just indicate. Sugar, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
All right, great. I'll go ahead. In case you have something to say, just mute at the moment. In case you have something to say, just indicate by hand show and then we discuss. Is that okay? Can you see my screen now? Let me make sure it's visible. Seems the volume really keeps going up. Okay, so this is where I am right now, and I want to check what the problem is for each post I post. Paragraph. I'm going to just echo out this. Let me just echo out hello world and say something. Let's see if the content gets displayed here. All right, the hello world content doesn't get displayed. That is it. Let's see where the problem is coming from. So we have a link. Um, there's some execution that is going on that is blocking this one from displaying. Oh, all right. Forgot this. Um, it was not displaying because of this. Did not open it well. I think equal to good, even go. Does it work? I'm not going to do that right now. So this should display all our blog posts right now. So you have the blog post, um, you get the date, you get the title underlined, you have the content also displayed. All right. So if I go back to the back end and add a blog post, back end, dashboard, I'm already logged in. Dashboard, add a blog. I'm just going to give some random string here. Um, Let me paste Sugar's code as the block. Well, there is no formatting yet for this, so there will be no formatting. Update code and paste the link. Click on this, post not added, probably because of something. Let me see. Too long, I guess. Oh, yeah, the title. Some title here, some content. Let's hope this works. As an image by default, click on submit. All right, post created. And if I go back to the dashboard, I have 4 posts. I click on it, I see the post. If I go to the website itself, the front end page itself, I am able to see the block, right? So I'm able to see this block. So you see the fourth one listed here, right? So this is how you basically create a backend. Please, I hope you can hear me now. So this is how you basically create a backend, right? That will be consumed in your front end. So when I click on this, I'm supposed to see the details of the block, right? But at least we have a blog post, we have a backend that we use. We have a backend that we use to update our posts, delete our posts, yeah, create posts and so on. And then we have a front end that the normal users who are not logged in are able to access. I'm sorry about the technical faults that happened, that you could not hear me. Um, Somebody will just do well to try to tell me the point where you did not hear me. Maybe I could go back and explain a bit. Okay, so we have this now. This is fully functional, so I can literally get rid of this. So what if the were not post, right? What if there was no post in the database? What do you think will happen? I think a fault is going to happen here. We need to also make sure that we check the fault. So if we could use an if statement, so if count block or if count posts is greater than 0, then we should do all of this, like all of this, right? So I could close this and right to this point, I think I should close this PHP here. PHP, I could just close it here, of course. If this, else, echo no post found. Let's see this bottom. Let's see where's the if count. Let me see where this one is closing. Um, found this, then no post found. So I want to totally delete stuff from the database, like, and see what will happen. Um, so we have all posts deleted. So we have a 0 here. I go there, there is nothing. So let me come back here and check. And we're having a recent post and nothing is displayed. This is where we might really have some problems. So I want to check this stuff. Where did I close that PHP? There are some if statements that are not closed and so on. So if count post is greater than 0, okay, I think this, then close this one here, so that if I refresh now, I have nothing still. Compose is greater than 0. Let's echo this. Yeah, some PHP here now and close it here. So I should close this here as well. And okay, we still have this issue right now. This divs block of this. Let's see, where's this one? I only want to display the post themselves. So anyway, let me just comment this out. At the top, where is the section? Our blog section, this get post. Then we have if count of post is greater than 0, then for each post as post, we should do this. Else we should echo no post found. And yeah, that's basically supposed to work. If that doesn't work, we'll check that later. Okay, so let me go back and add some posts. By the way, if that check was not there, we will have some issues, server error, something like that. So this is test block number 5 or number 8. Please verify this to make sure it works. And something here, image, no image yet. Click on submit. We have our post created, and we go to our dashboard. We see one post, and if we go there, we can actually see this. We come to this one, we refresh, we are able to see the one post printed out. Okay, so that is how you are going to build a backend. Okay, now this might not be the best, but at least you have the idea of how you could do things. Let me see. Is there another thing we're supposed to do? Well, basically, when I click on this, I'm supposed to have the the post itself showing, right? So I'm supposed to add something within this. For example, let me come back to this one, the contents. I want to also show a button for view more. Noting that in this case, I don't want to display the full content of this block. Let me show you what I mean. Like if I want to add block, I want to copy really large content. So let me see where I can get content. Um, okay, so no, I don't think this is a good place to add to get content. What is PHP? Okay, I want to add some large content here so that I show you what I mean. So what is PHP? Load some image here, then some random link. Click on submit. We have post created. And if I refresh this one now, I have the second post, right? But this content is too large, okay? So what we want to do is we want to have uniform content for all of them. So how do I do that? I could trim the content out, especially for the body. I want to trim the content out. So to do that, what do I need to do? If I want to trim the content out, there is this function you use. That's what I want to get here. Mm, image slug. So to trim this out, there is this function called substring, substr, and this one is going to trim it out. And I want to trim up how many characters? Maybe from 0 to about 70, for example. And with this, I have not all printed out, but just part of it. Then I can decide now to add a button for view more, right? So I could add a simple form because this will definitely be a form. I want to click on it and be able to view the post. Okay, so form action, sorry, action user action for backend as user action.php, and I want to have an input field that is hidden. Mm, then value to be the PHP echo block at the index of what should be the value ID. Yeah, that would be better. Do we want the ID? There is uh, post ID, I think. Post ID. Close the PHP name equal post ID. And I think that is it, right? Let me go put ID. Then we have a simple submit. Um, is that? I'm just going to copy the whole of this because I need it. So I have this button now to say submit, to view more, so that if I refresh this, I have a listing of all the posts and I have this view more button. When I click on it, it's supposed to take me to a single block with the full content. All right. So this is it now. I have, what's the name of this button? It's called block single. And I'm going to go to the user action and else if it's set post block, let me just paste this. Uh, then I should, okay, let me just echo out something, single block here. And this, refresh this, and I click on view more, I get, all right, I did not take that into consideration. If you set post block.php, name block single, there's a method here, form method is post, get or whatever, any of them will go. So I'll use method to be get because I want to get the post itself. Same thing in this user action. I want to use the get array here instead of post. So that if I go back and I refresh this, click on this, I have single block here. And that's what we want to implement. All right. This is going to handle same logic like for any other one. So I'm just going to um, paste out something. Um, this is it. So I'll send the user. I'll send I'll send the user to the block single page with the ID, but I don't have the block single page yet. I'm just going to copy stuff and paste right now. There's this single block. Copy this. Oh, okay. So I don't need this else at the moment. Let me go to this and create another single block.php. I'm just going to paste this content. Similar, like the same thing, but the only thing is that we are printing just that single block. Um, this is get post, right? Uh, Similar, like we are going to get the same thing right now. So if I refresh this, block single, click on this, no ID passed yet, because let's come back to the block.php. Let's see what this get post do. It selects the ID as the post ID. So that's what I want to check. Block.php. I have name as post ID. I have block at post ID, and then I have user action.php. So in the user action, I'm also supposed to get the post ID, I think. Yeah, post ID. So back here, refresh this, click on view more, single block.php. Let's see. Let me just echo this out. Go ID and comment this. Seems ID is not being passed. refresh this, get the ID, nothing is printed out. That means the ID is literally not being passed, and that is what we want to get. So ID is equal to get post ID. Let's see this form action, look at post ID, and you go, let me just see this ID, input type, hidden value, this, what's happening? So click on this, nothing still, post ID equal, oh, all right, we are instead passing in the slug, that's what I'm seeing, post ID equal block single. So we have backend, let me use log here and make sure that we are actually on the right track. Single main constant from backend method get. Let me see where the problem is coming from. I think we are almost done with all of this. So this should be the last one we are working on. If there's any other thing like image upload, that one can be done. I can hand you guys that one so you see how to work on it. What's left? Lock. Form. Right to this. Replace this. What I have. Same thing. Blog slot name ID post ID. Type submit, view more. Where is the data coming from? Okay, present post. Where did we paste here? So I have user action get ID name. Let me use ID here. View more. Value call this. Is it blog post? It's called posts. Okay, it's not passing in the ID, and that's something we want to get. Post ID. Get this. All right, so we were able to pass in the post ID now, so we are good to go. So in the user action.php, I think we'll literally just comment this, and then in our block single we have the same thing. So refresh this. Let's see. Refresh this. We don't have block single.php with some ID kind of. So this will be called post ID. Okay, block single.php. It's called single block. I'm just going to rename it block single. Okay, so with this, I think we should be good to go. Click on this. No block single. What's happening? Just see single block. Paste it here. single block of PHP, and okay, this one should be within the same, yeah, the same, how they call that, the same path with the user action. That's where our problem was coming from. So if I click on this, I have single block, and you have our block, and yeah, seems nothing is there yet. Probably because of the styling. Single block is it's not supposed to be at the level of the backend. Okay, so I've moved it to the root directory. I'm just going to change that here. Mm, yeah, I think that should work right now. Refresh this, click on view more, and I have the single block. I have some image here, the date, and yeah. So we have to edit this now to match what we are looking for. So I have to go to the single block, and to the PHP we have get post at ID, and this image, let's see, there's images. I'm just going to set the image that already exists. Let me see, images, BG1. Let me just see which one is better. Okay. Okay, I'm going to use BG2 because it looks more appeasing. So back to single. This should not be echoing out this because we have not implemented it. So I have images bg2 jpeg. So we have this image loaded, right? So we have the image now. The next thing is the date and so on. So get post by ID. This is called get post ID, I think, because our URL has post ID, and we're good to go, right? So you see that we are able to get the full details now on this page. So don't mind all of this. We have the blog post, right? Everything about it. Let me add some post again. This is another post about PHP, and yeah, pretty much the same content. Should I add content? I need content. All right, so you see with this, for example, if I copy the whole of this, it, it, it is not too much. I copy the whole of this and paste here. Then I click on submit. It creates the post, and if I come back here, reload, you get the third post, right? But the awesome thing is that not everything about it is displayed. It's only when I click on view more that I am able to see the full content of this block. All right. So that's basically how you are going to be able to, yeah, this is some simple backend that you've worked with PHP. And I think we are good, right? One last thing that we may want to add will be to upload the image. Let me see this. The database itself, localhost / php my admin. Okay, so on the blog post, we want to add the image property, so the image of field or the image column, so that when we are inserting a blog, we can insert an image. So in this case, I will alter table post, add column image varchar whatever, 200, 100, what? Yeah, I'll leave it at 100. Default should be null. Okay, so with this, we have our post table and we have the image to be null. Now, we want so that we are able to actually upload an image. Now, this is where stuff might become even more interesting. So, to upload an image, I'll first of all just create the method to upload an image. Um, this might be a little bit, you can actually learn the upload image method and see how to implement it. I'm not going to explain it that much here. So, um, public function, I'll just call it upload, and I'll pass in the file name, right? What I want to do is that within this method, um, the file name that is going to be passed in is going to be an array. So if is array, and this is array takes in something. So that's going to be the file, right? This array file. Then this array will have the type of file, and yeah, so I will also check if the type is within a given type. But all of these checks, you are just doing checks to make sure that you're on track. So I could also check if the file type, like if it's array again, file type, uh, and that file type is, for example, which file types are very much common. I have the image, JPEG. I also have the image with PNG. I also have the image with GIF, right? GIF. Now, these are the only supported types. So if it's that, there are several checks that I want to do. I also want to make sure that the file size has a particular, let's say 2 MB, um, the maximum. So I could also do another check again. If file, mm, the size of the file is less than or equal to 2 MB, that's 200 million, then I should just get the file name, right? I should create the file name. So I'm going to create the file name to be the time that the file was uploaded, right? Concatenated with some underscore, and then the name of the file that you're uploading. So that we get to have some kind of a unique file each time, right? So with this, we have the file name and the path. I just want to set it to my path, right, where my images are. So I want to set it to the image directory. So I have one directory backward, images, and I want to now give the file name, okay? So then I can move the file to that location. So move uploaded file, right, to file temp name, tmp name. That's actually the name of the file that is being uploaded to this path. Okay, so I have this right now. I might want to do a check here to make sure that if it was done, then I could return the file name. Yeah, because I want to use the file name. Return file name. Is that the name? File name. And that's basically it for the file upload. Now we want to edit something about the block. Is it the block or the user action, so that we are able to actually upload the file, right? So in this um, block submit, right? If create, then good. So we want to first of all we want to first of all upload the image, then we create. So if okay, so we have file name block dot upload. So we have this upload, and we're going to use block get image, right? Because we had that image property within the block class. If it was so, then we also check if it was created. So I think this will be good. Okay, so if we're able to upload the image, then yeah, that's basically it. So I could now use block set image to be the image, right? Hopefully this should work for the file upload. I hope I'm still audible. Let me see. Let me go to the create, and within the create, I will get the image now. Image is equal to this get image, and I want to now use the image and pass in the image here. Uh, image. Let's hope that this works out, because I don't want to even debug. So let me see the get image. So we have this dot image and so on. So let me go back to my backend. Um, try to upload another content. What is PHP used for, and so on. Just random content. What is PHP used for? And when I click on this, okay, it means the file was not uploaded. We have to check where the error is coming from. Let me see this. Oh, we want to get let me come back to this method in the user action, and before I even want to do this, let's see, where's the upload? Set log the set image. Let me echo out the Control Z. Okay, I think let me just say this. Echo file name. Else echo an error call. Let's just see what we get here. We have an error occurred, and that should basically be as a result of some permissions right now. So get image. If this wants to disturb right now, we'll do file upload maybe another time. I am already exhausted. Okay, so image is post at image. Let me come back to the add block of PHP. Okay, so I have image. Great. Post that image. Um, echo block add get image. See what we will have. It's an object, I guess. So click on submit. Nothing is printed out. Refresh this. Some contents, some contents, and this. Click on submit. All right, so we don't have an image set. So block submit, set image. We have an image at the top here. Okay, we don't have an image. Private image. Hope this works out right now. Refresh this. Block, do this. Okay, we literally do not have block set image. We have set image this dot image get image user action. Okay, so it's a null rather get image null. I think we can literally just do this later. Okay, guys, I think we'll do this later. Yeah, we'll do this later. You guys can check on how to upload the image, but I just gave you a hint right now. That could be useful somehow. So at least for now, we are able to kind of create a blog. We're able to make a slug out of a blog title. And this was it, like to get the slug. Let me show you that. Create. So to get the slug, we have this create slug. And this one actually had to do with regular expression, but it's not complicated. You can actually do research on it. So we create a slug out of the block, and yeah. What else? Let me see this. Set image. I want to see what this image error is coming from. Is that image is equal to image. Okay, so we have private image and create. We have image is equal to this dot get image and image, right? Since we should not get this dot get image here, We're supposed to pass in the file name, right? So this create is going to take in one parameter, which is called file name. So I'm going to get the file name here. And uh, in this case now, I will use file name here instead of image. Uh, that I don't think that is the actual solution to the problem right now. Okay, one one thing fixed already. The other one you can check them. Like I think this upload function get image, this particular get image right now could literally be the problem. Uh, upload. Let me just try this instead of doing get image. Let me try the image. See what I'm going to get. Okay, still not yet. Guys, we are going to do this another time. So basically, Sugar, I could even leave this out to you to check on the image upload feature so that we are able to upload an image, okay? Or any other person could check it out. So we have this now, and in fact, you have everything already. So you see the post is being displayed here, the title, except the image because we've not worked on the image. And basically that is it, right? That is what we wanted to work on. Like we're able to get the block, we're able to see all the listings of the block with this view more option that when I click on it, I am able to see the full details of the block. All right. So that is it. I don't know if there is any other thing besides the upload. If you have a question, feel free to ask. We are going to round up with this today. Like I think I am done with this. At least you have some applications now on how you could actually use PHP. This is for web development. And yeah, you've learned some concepts of object-oriented programming. Um, and you've seen how to integrate PHP inside HTML, file structuring. I mean, like, yeah, you've gotten some stuff right now. So you could go ahead and see if I think you could even do contributions to this particular repository. Let me just push the code. You tell me now. Um, I should add star git commit minus image upload, not download. We want to be able to upload an image for the block. Git commit minus almost done with doc. So we can edit, we can delete, we can view single, we can yeah, I think that is it. And I'm going to push this. So Sugar, I have pushed the update, especially for the pull request you created. I'm going to close the PR. So what you should do too, you should close it and see how you can pull from this branch. Okay. So I'm going to go to github.com and let me okay, so this is our work right now. What I'm going to do is I'm going to close the PR because literally this wouldn't work according to our structure. So I might let me just leave a comment. Okay, so the network now wants to be slow. Okay, guys, I think I'm going to end here. I'm not going to go till 9. We can end here for today. If you have questions, you feel free to ask on the Slack channel. Yeah, just do well to ask questions if you have any. Okay. So good night, guys. Good night. Yeah, we are done with this project there. So if you want to continue working on it, you could create issues and we see how to interact on GitHub. I think if we're having a class next time, we'll start with Laravel. Oh, we are going to build this kind of thing with Laravel. Like, yeah, I think that's a cool idea. Okay.